Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What up, what it do? How y'all doing today? Yeah, I thought I'd go with something a little different. What do you guys think? Digging it? A little morphin magic? What's it, 24? I don't get that. What's 24 question? Wow, is this an even lower starting amount than fucking ever? I see 68. 68. Is that right? Is that where we're at with this? Unbelievable. Anyways, this only works if you don't show too much of your regular body color. Let me try to get this thing fitted right. Hold on. There it goes. Too much white shirt. It's a tough one. Anyways, how you guys doing up there? It's fucking the winter solstice. Debated doing a solstice special. Probably do it on Friday instead, going into the weekend. Probably time for another revisit, right? Good concept, good time of year to talk about some concepts of slow down when the market slows down. So I'm always serious. What are you talking about? Market business, serious business, motherfucker. I'm on it like that. This thing's so crazy. So whoever the fuck created this thing is nuts, right? So the whole background changes if I do that. I have to control this shit with me. It's so fucking crazy. I had to do it. Isn't that crazy? What the fuck kind of crazy idea was that? This dude's on some good drugs. So it's like, all right. I was like, in the morning, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck does this thing work? And I'm like, I can't control my face or the background. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, I thought it'd be pretty funny. So by jokers, Joker's wild. You guys know it's a poker hand, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about all the jokers that lead people off a bridge in crypto, and looking at what you see out there. How does this keep happening? Now, you all have been around for a few years, maybe 5-6 years. There's a huge backstory to what really allowed the size of the catastrophe to happen that most people don't really fully have context of. Volume a little bit lower than usual. I mean, it's holidays, and there's definitely some wreck in the market. So, a couple of things are definitely combining to create that. Yeah, the interactive design is pretty nuts. Ooh, shout out to Morning Bits. What up, Philadelphian? How you been, man? Happy holidays. I appreciate you too, man. Kenichi and... Dude, I feel like I never say this guy's name right. Kenichi, yeah, I think I got that. And Pickles. Appreciate the bits in the morning, guys. Hope you all are doing well. I know Pickles is turned into a fucking market savage since she returned. What the fuck? Anyways, we have to look at some of the crazy shit she's doing on low res. Stop trading on crackhead time frames, Pickles. No, but really good refinement in what you're doing in the intraday. It's pretty awesome to see. Another one of our lady traders. We have some really badass performing lady traders. We don't have a ton. I think we have 9 or might be 11 lady traders on there. But half of them are fucking on fire that are active at least. And it's something we do note. The amount of people that get triggered and flip out in my Discord from the shit I say, it's never women. It's really crazy. But yeah, that's just something more to go with the whole C3PO fucking programming we're dealing with. I don't like that mask. I like this mask. I like that mask. I don't like this mask. What the fuck? Dude, this is crazy. I can't control this shit at all. All right, there we go. We're staying with that one. Oh, the background went. Dude, this shit's crazy as fuck. All right. So what I was getting to is... So go back. This is something we do want to talk about. So before, I think we talked about this. Talk about it again. I can't remember. I was pretty fucking high. Last time we talked about this, right? Oh wait, I gotta get one more folder open. Hold on a sec. So hold on a sec. I'll put this on this narrative on libraries. Where does it go? Evolutions. One sec. Evolutions. There we go. You have to get really perspective on this. So, having got my Twitter account, deplatformed, like great many people did in the last couple of years. Mine was taken out about 4.5 years ago in the July of 2018. So anybody who's post that era really doesn't have any idea about the shape of crypto pre-2018, and what really went on up until on the cycles before then. A lot of people now, in many crashes, you lose about, a good 90% of your market's active retail traders, not your institutions, but the retailers who takes all the damage in your big crashes. They make the graveyards that your new trends come, your new bull markets emerge out of. And what happens is for many of the triple OGs, guys who survived, many cycles, there is almost no one left from our era. The 13, 14 guys, we're literally fucking 0.01s of the market if you're still alive to this date. So people from those previous cycles that have been wiped out, some people survive, the 14, 15 correction. Some people who survive that get taken in the 17, 18 correction. And if they're lucky enough to get out of that, they get taken in COVID. And if they survive that, they get taken in fucking this nonsense. So between 13 and right now, the amount of cycles that you've had to wipe people out of the market has decimated the bulk of whatever remained from my timeline. And with it goes the history of that timeline. You know how they say history is written by the winner? So it's really important, when you want to paint a narrative in a market, to suppress all other, voices. We see what happens with guys like Kanye and what market maker tactics look like on that scale. But they're not different. They're fractally similar in any marketplace. You need to control a narrative for strategic ends. It's really good to make sure anybody who can catch you in your bullshit doesn't have a platform to catch you in your bullshit. That then is an interconnected situation, right? It feeds into that person having the ability to manipulate vast amounts more people who no longer have a counter voice. So crypto Twitter conspired to get rid of my voice because I have a interesting way of documenting your stupid shit in markets that pretty much removes your ability to argue with me whether you are responsible for what we say you are, right? And so, one moment.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4.
My bad. Early morning school things for the son. So, can we look at Iridium? We might wrap it. So, anyways, as I was getting back to, right, with the missing context, most people don't realize really the Sam Bankman-Fried FTX debacle, it really shouldn't have been this big. And it's because of the dynamics that remain in the broader marketplace while, my own brand was taken out. We've never been in the marketplace to pump any asset. We're strictly an analyst from way before crypto thought, fractals were cool. We're just one of the people that actually like solving the puzzle. In crypto, though, people who don't know how to do that make gangs of people, little cabals, and they pump shit because that's the only way they're going to make money, and they victimize people in order to do it. Right? That's the bulk of what crypto Twitter was in 2013 and 14. So when I got here and showed that you could actually technically analyze shitcoins, I actually got attacked. That's what began the attack that continued until they got my platform gone. Is how do you do this? You can't do this. It's a scam. Okay, you can do this. We want to have it. If we can't have it, we're going to fucking kill you. Your fucking kid. Fuck your brand. Fuck you. That's basically the cycle that we went through. So today, we documented stuff like this in the last cycle. And here we clearly showed what really fed people into this crash. Now, this is a $1 trillion market crash over here in 17, right? Crypto got much bigger by 2021, 2022. But what this chart's not really well understood. When people look at a lot of information, they don't process it well. So I'm gonna help you really process and give context to what I'm trying to show you. In this, these are just 3 samples of 3 OGs of relative size, right? He's probably the biggest at the time. He's probably the next biggest, and he's probably the third. Now, these are good samples of what's in the market. Kobe's one of these. His account at that time is actually on par with this guy. This guy's actually probably a little bit bigger. Anyway, the most important part of this chart isn't the part you think it is, right? When a trade is truly crowded, what allows it to get crowded? It is the marketing that gives everyone the same idea of a worthless idea all at once. So the point is, right, 3 major influencers are saying the exact same thing at one specific moment in time. But these huge amount of likes, which by 2017 standards, this is a truckload. This is like having 2,000 likes by today's standards, right? This is top of the food chain amount of likes, high visibility accounts. If you're in the 100s, you have high visibility. The victims here are the more interesting part of the whole graph. This is how cornered 2017 was to put enough people on one side of the trade to vaporize 90% of fucking crypto. The guys that you see down here that we call victims, these are other influencers, some of them even fucking bigger than the guy that's fucking posting this. Almost all of these are other huge influencers. They're not just retail goombas. They're the same guy with the same idea with 20 to 50 to 100,000 people per person, creating millions of people with exposure to one idea. These guys are all frauds, right? I think this guy used to sub out his fucking TA to somebody else because he didn't know how to do it. But these guys are just like entertainment. They take fucking paid promos. They do anything but solve the puzzle. And the guys who are voting on it are them again, with their own massive hordes of fucking followings. You know what we say, right? It doesn't matter if you are just a scarce point of value. You can't fucking have the whole entire mass of crypto attached to fucking the back of fucking these influencers who are then influencing other influencers. There's no one left. We were literally the only ecosystem that was willing to say this at the top of the food chain. Now fast forward all the way to 2022. And the saying goes, like a point of value in a sea of shit, still shit. These guys were just shit, and with dumber shit following them. Now you fast forward to 2022, and it gets crazier because by removing me, right, these guys are the guys who believe this. In 2014, this is Kobe. He doesn't think you can even technically analyze altcoins. He's who actually starts the entire attack on my brand in 2014 by saying what I'm doing is a fraud, right? Later, he actually asked me for fucking lessons. Later, he fucking literally has to fucking tell people I fucked up. But if you just understand, this is a market leader who clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. And this guy is taking fucking G's from fucking Sam to tell you to fucking go into Sam's fucking exchange. See, if you don't have context on who these fucking people are, you'll get let off a fucking cliff. So that same fucking guy is over here now. Hold on. I want to see a response to this too. At this point, we thought it was only $50,000 a month, but what it really turned out to be is his station from inception, which was a copy of my station. So people think there's Kaz's analysis and then there's his analysis. No, there's my independent analysis and there's his paid for fucking shilling, which fucking with no counterparty in the market allows this thing to grow to a size that he corners a much greater perception of crypto. And so the racist attack that began in 14 and 15 to deplatform me resulted in fucking removing the only voice that could catch these assholes before they fucking buried you and a fucking like destroyed a lifetime. This is the true context of it. The same attack where they went after my kid and tried to deplatform me and remove me so no one knew who I was and wipe me out so they could get control of what they thought I was doing and try to be a fucking marketician that would tell you what markets do but really couldn't. Their greed and jealousy to try and get my position end up creating this ultra cornered version of what you now have in 2022, which is now fucking like triple the size of this. It is all connected, you know. This same racist attack and the same inability for people to fucking hold the bad actors accountable actually allow this guy to lie to you in your fucking face and for people to fucking sit there and criticize me while I am the only person in crypto that has all three black swans. It's a crazy fucking thing, but the fact that they've actually fucked me and fucked my brand up is exactly why I'm still this accurate. I wouldn't be if the whole crowd still knew about me. Pretty funny, isn't it? But yeah, so message over messenger things. Those guys are clearly lying to you. They've been doing it for fucking cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. You gotta learn. How do you think they survive all the other cycles? Context matters. Red pill day. There's some lying pieces of shit. And it was a racist attack on my family that opened this up to create a fucking fully cornered market. I'm one of the originals. I am the original as far as analysis goes. And everyone's desperation to be able to forecast price and do what I did led to this shit. So, you know, it's a hell of a fucking thing, but it's driven by a bunch of white racist shitbags in crypto who chased me around for half a decade, fucked my brand up, and allowed themselves to get into a place where they could pretend to be me, nobody say, often imitated, never duplicated, and just literally level the entire crypto fucking market by all taking bribes and sending everyone to their deaths under Sam. That's the full context. Clip that shit. Make sure it sticks to their fucking faces. They're bad fucking people. Enoch, fuck the world, what? They always attack you and have nothing to say to people who walk them off a cliff. And it's funny, like, there's a guy in the thread defending Kobe anyway. Instead of like, dude, he took money and just fucking lied to y'all and fucking wrecked you. And he walks out fucking fine and you're damaged. That's how those guys survive. They're getting paid $50,000 AMA, $50,000 per station, fucking referrals for shitty exchanges that take your money. And they're building businesses out of you and fucking like, whoops, sorry about that. Nobody could have seen that coming. Now, somebody did see it coming. And if anyone finds out who the fuck saw it coming, your asses are fucking grass tomorrow morning. That's really what it is. You know, but it's the craziest shit you'll ever see. You really can't save people from themselves, man. So I thought it was worth putting that context back out there. I don't care how many people want to hide this shit and pretend it never happened or a station didn't do it. It's on fucking video. It's fucking psycho. This is some fucking troll who popped up here. Look, literally nobody had any visibility of what they were doing with customer funds. Nobody had to, you fucking retard. That's why it's called market analysis. Nobody knows what the hell's going on inside those places, but we understand market structure. So, this isn't like, this is a guy excusing Kobe for taking money. Really? You catch the motherfucker that's taking money and literally just incinerated God knows how many people. There's likely somebody who's literally committed suicide interconnected in that shit, because that's what happens in big crashes. And he's sitting there fucking trying to protect his reputation, and these guys are sucking so much Kobe dick, they can't even see straight. I mean, how much fucking of this guy's balls slamming into this guy's chin can he take? I hope Kobe gave him a tip for sucking him off like that online. At the end of the day, you're fucking wrong for this. You were never a station that was providing value to people. You were providing entertainment. There's a fucking difference. And there comes, with great power comes great responsibility. There are people who fucking listen to you, fucking thinking you know what you're doing, and you fucking are getting paid to send them to their deaths. That makes you fucking liable. I'm pretty sure by United States law, this motherfucker is going to have to try and do this to save his ass, because he's now tied into this. All the big influencers who they can see had huge exposure sending people to exchange are going to be prosecuted. They've already announced that in and out of the United States. This is illegal, what this motherfucker is doing. And that no one wants to hold him accountable because he's a white boy? Get the fuck out of here. This is why we call the show Joker's Wild, At the end of the day, you don't have to tell me you're a fucking racist. You come back saying some shit like that, you're a fucking racist. I had another good one on here for you guys. One key thing about market analysis. I had a fucking specific one on here I want to show you. Where is it? I write too much. But it's the point that good TA puts you in the same place as good FA. We didn't know what the fuck was going on there. All we know is that CZ dumped out shit. Fucking that changed sentiments. And the structure of that thing looked like Armageddon. And Sam comes off like an idiot. I don't know how much more you needed to know to figure out it was coming. Luna was not sort of a Ponzi scheme. It was only a Ponzi scheme. And an idiot could tell that. These are just things that if you're not fucking caught up selling shit to other people because you're a degen, you would fucking objectively be able to catch. So make sure you know which market TV to trust. Not a lot of these people are out here to actually do what I do, which is actually solve the puzzle. I'm not some fucking angel. I'm pretty much an asshole. If you ask anybody in my personal life and real life, I'm a dick. But I'm really good at solving this puzzle. And that's all you care about, right? No one has to like me to fucking understand up is up, down is down, and the background can change just like that. Trying to paint himself as a good guy. I don't paint myself as a good guy. Fuck you. But I'm really accurate. What'd you come for? To like me? I'm on a fucking TV screen with a bunch of masks on. The fuck? I do market TV. If you go with TV to like people, they'll make you like them and then they'll fucking ass rape you. Don't be stupid. So, at any rate, no, but objectively, I can tell you I'm not a nice person. Up close and personal, I'm a dick. But I'm pretty accurate. Hey, go ahead and ban Ron Wurr. This is some salty pussy that doesn't know when to fucking let it go. I don't care if you got the clot shot, didn't get the clot shot, or whatever. You being a beta fucking soy protein drinking little bitch means nothing to me. Go ahead and ban Ron Wurr from my fucking station. Fucking pussy. Anyways, you'll always have trolls, right? Hey, calls all three black swans? Troll. And that lets you know where the value's at. Nobody gives a fuck about you, bro. That was quick. Wrong fucking station. We don't give a shit. Yeah, he keeps making, do you know what level of fucking beta that guy is in his mom's basement crying to himself every night? Nobody cares. At the end of the day, we have the most accurate track record in the fucking world. Suck a dick, Ron, and enjoy it. All right, so that's a good opening. It's 8:48. We got ahead of the curve on time today, so we have plenty of time to do this. So anyways, all y'all that are watching this, make sure this thing hits 1,000. This is the scorecard of scorecards. This is a scorecard no other show's got. Looked pretty good too, right? Like the layout, I thought it was pretty good. Timestamp with each video in thread. Make the fucking planet see it. And you could troll me all you like. You won't change what's on any of these videos. These are all of them, right? This is what no station's got because they're all taking bribes, and the way they make money is fucking by turning you into a product for fucking Sam. We don't do that. We ask if you fucking like hit a house or a car, something retarded, throw a couple bucks at the station and keep it alive. Because the alternative is what you just saw with Kobe. And the level of damage for him to take 150 G's, he cost people millions, tens of millions, if not more than that, with his influence in the market today. To grow as big as he is with nobody fucking realizing what the fuck he is. But like I said, we both know what he really is. It is a thing, you know, it is a thing. It was a very, very crafted thing where they tried to replace me in the marketplace and pretend it was him, even to the point that he couldn't even take it. He's like literally trying to replace me and say he's the one who brought TA that Kobe was. And they sold this and kept selling it. And when you repeat that fucking lie enough, right, people will believe it. But the reality is, he knows. And he just fucked everyone in the ass for 150 G's across like 3 years. What the fuck are you doing? If his public wallet's got 700 million in it, what the fuck are you doing working for 50 stacks? Like, Jesus Christ, go retire and stop fucking people if you got that much money. Otherwise, don't moonlight inside of my fucking field. You are not an analyst. You never will be. You never were. All right. Nomics things. Let's see. Let's get to what do I got here? What do I got here? All right. What do we got? We got so tracking or crazy trajectory here. We are down in the S&P 500 a little bit lower than where we pulled off, and we're gapping up right now. We had some craziness in the Japanese bond market where the Japanese look like they're basically following suit and allowed their 10-year yields to go higher, rates to go higher, and meaning that they're kind of actually tamping down on inflation, at least on the long end of the curve. So you now have like almost every central bank on the planet fighting an inflationary pressure. I don't think people fully value where it's coming from. And it's coming from the combination effect of what's going on in China shutting down the restart of the world economies, and Putin having a war being financed against him through proxy that no one fully values as a war that the West is fully engaged in. So you have a bunch of underlying factors that are like, making it impossible to control inflation, while China holds us just long enough from restarting that it's choking the shit out of our credit systems. So right now you have a little throwback off of this deep plunge we had, recoiling off of here, off of the phantom zone, money zone, and we're flagging back. Want to see if we get a flag back of about this size, or if it turns into a, one of those deals where the market like adjusts angles and does some shit like this. Then we want to be mentally prepared. We'll have to gauge it as it evolves to see once it does this kind of way what we get. So watching him along with the Dow. We keep track of this angle here on the Dow. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way so I can see shit. Okay, so this guy was an old angle. I didn't realize he violated like this. We can take him out. Whip through here, underneath here. Like we said, this is bad spot underneath, at least for him to rotate downward off of. I think we put this on the other chart. Yeah. So this level right here is a key level he's underneath. We think the Dow, this is an older chart, but this is a huge level we pointed out. Major, major swing level, right? Bounce off of it, gap through, gap up and pump on it, and then we've dumped underneath it. So this is a good level to pay attention to. We don't want to see him like basically, oops. What can I use for that? I'll use yellow, fuck it. You want to see him like flag into this and like, recoil off of here and then come out of it. Right? This is a key level to watch for this possibility. He gets back above it. This kind of setup's in play. He stays under it. This setup's in play. But this is definitely a line in the sand on the Dow to keep eyes on. It's a huge, huge range. So as we watch it right now, this is what we're watching for. That little bounce back I showed you, the projection of the S&P, can be a bear flag up towards that level, but we're going to use this as a key swing level right now. This line in the sand at 332.65. So I would definitely pay attention to that. That's your inflection point. He gets there. Q's. He's the weaker of the guys. We talked about that. And what do we do with this guy? On this one, this is the correct angle. We draw it with not just my freehand, terribleness. But when you're drawing the correct angle of the uptrend, this is a point to pay attention. We say if you got to it, to watch for, a possible interaction, and you've got one. It's not strong. And again, right, we're going to keep eyes on this through the whole show, is that we're focused on the diamonds being stronger than the fucking Qs, which means the bounce is really going to be in the diamonds, which, right now, I think, where is it? Pre-market, yeah, the diamonds are up more. So off that interaction, your strength is in your best of breed is still the industrial side of the market. So we want to keep that in focus as we pay attention. We've got a contact on top of the angle, which we also talked about last show, is a place to pay attention to if you got it. So you have an interaction there. Nothing says that this means it's got to go straight up, but right now it's a positive sign that you do have that interaction in Dow and on the S&P. The VIX, we look at him. Right, we looked at this bull flag. This is a bull flag projection from when he was in the channel down. So now we can take this guy off. And now this guy is this part of the bull flag right here. So now this is what you really keep your eyes on, is make him blue like we are projection. Right. And so that's key. He needs to stay under the monolith kill level, stay through 21 to allow the Dow to keep on rotating back up if he keeps on being the leader. So this is what we're watching right now. And this is what's allowing a little bit of life off of the trend line that we're seeing. So you're going into like probably, a week that's going to keep getting short, worse and worse with volume as we get to Friday. Be aware of that. That's a holiday short week. Like yesterday, if you were in the market, it was really fucking choppy. The market seems thin already, and it seems like it has almost like August-like vibes. So just be aware of that as you get into this point, and we lurk around 21. And I would keep eyes on this. If we go swinging back through 21, you always want to be aware of that. This little box range is your resistance and volatility. So we get into here, this whole range is something to pay attention to. But south of 21 is usually a net positive for us. Crypto things, we talked about this as our proxy in crypto. Watching coin, and he's got a slow bleed going on to him. I think you want to keep eyes on this guy. This could be one fucking bad announcement on the exchange, and coin's going to probably end up reflecting that fundamental. So watching that also. VIX, DXY, still kind of bumping along on this like major support, which is from the 7-year shockwave. Keep eyes on this. If he gets life off of there, that'd be not a positive. He's been a little weak, which, when we tend to watch that for signs of life in the market as far as risk on behavior. But there's also crazy shit going on with like the fucking yen that's creating a fucking like big vacuum right now in the currency market. So like all of a sudden the yen has emerged as like the strongest thing on the fucking planet, and is fucking kicking the shit out of everything. So including the dollar. So the dollar has been weak while there's been pressure on capital markets. So it kind of like throws off that sentiment a little bit that the dollar being weak equals a bull fucking run in risk assets. At this moment, you kind of have a kind of rotation in fundamentals in the currency markets that's lending to the yen sucking the life out of everybody else. So until this kind of like chills for a second, we'll see if we get another wave down in it. I think that throws out the read for the short term, but for the most part, you want to see a weaker dollar to see strong risk assets. So I think right now you have a little influence from this, but as this volatility is up, right now I think you may see more true direction in the DXY. So with that guy, that's a mouthful, right? Sorry about that. Okay, he's drawn right. So yeah, I mean, you're on the outside of this. I guess right now we'll kind of watch this. This is keep eyes on. This is for currency traders also, to watch this range. How he comes out of this is pretty much your next play he does, right? If he swings back into here, that's a huge range to go back through. And if he rotates back up through this secondary trigger, that's going to be your play. So I think this is probably pivotal to watch how he comes out of here. All right, and in crypto things, outside of that, all right, we're paying attention to this right now. Not much evolution since the last show. And UST.D, this is probably your most worrisome guy. He's still sitting above thrifty nigga Enux levels. So You know, it did a little fucking expanding formation action, little 2B action there. You wait on this the same way, right? If you can either pull down here and then rotate up and do something like this, or you could fucking die and come back to Enoch. But we'll treat Enoch as a swing level on this guy. At least in the lowest resolutions. Yeah. Always works. Enoch, leaving a mark. All right, so before I run all kinds of timeout and don't get to your stuff like I've been fucking up. Oh yeah, somehow I managed to forget to do the scorecards last show. I don't know how you guys let me out of that one. So I actually have scorecards now. Uno momento, por favor.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just
My bad. Gotta hydrate. Run out of water there. A little cotton mouth action. All right, I'm back. So, anyways, that covers our macro thing. Did the macro thing before I did the scorecards. So that's how fucking stoned that was. Let me do your scorecards real quick. All right, what did I miss last time? This is Fractal Owl, catching emotions and following plans. My health has been on a rough spot for the past month. Sorry to hear that. Like getting hit with the flu, but it kept coming back. Tested negative for COVID. Did I read this last one? I read this last time. I did read this last time. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Kept coming back, tested negative for COVID, but still managed to watch the shows live most of the time and use the intel to find some trades, stay on the winning side of the market. Appreciate all the work you do, guys. Thanks, Kaz and Dr. Vale. Fully support making YouTube subs higher. I did read this last time. Okay, my bad. So, yes, only stands. Make sure you watch that in Discord. That was a monster play we put on by doing there. 2724. Discord frog with a hat. Didn't I read this also? Guys, did I read this also? I think I'm crazy. Did I just not hit these? Yeah, I did read this also. Man, I must be nuts. All right, we'll just... Did I reload this? Am I crazy? I swore there was new ones on here. Okay, I just forgot to hit them last time. My fault. All right, so I guess I didn't screw anybody on the scorecards. EUU on Enigma? I don't know what that means. Yeah, we did those. Okay, I thought so. All right, let's get your symbols in here and get you guys out with reasonable time like we're supposed to. I actually got the show production done, pre-production done faster than usual today. So that was a good thing. All right. Inventory, nobody knows who that is. We don't actually really follow many people. So I don't know half of the people that you guys talk about that are brand new to the market or whatever. I know some of the OGs from my era coming in here, but we don't really give a fuck about anybody's analysis, to be honest with you. So that's the thing. You think, you know, you follow this guy or follow that guy. Unless that motherfucker has all the black swans and all the rest of the shit I do, we don't give a fuck. He could be whatever. All right, so OIH. Let's get this background right. There you go. I don't know. All right, here we go. OIH. We have a chart for him. Cool. He's like doing something we already said. Oh yeah. So OIH, we talked about paying attention to this dude. We had a trigger that we set upon from way back in 2021 somewhere. And he got here, and this only means watch for interaction and structure on level. You got something like here, failed to break out. You're now back, and he's broken the high ever so slightly, and is bull flagging here. So a lot of guys in this space are worth paying attention to. So doesn't that look good? We put the Nomics colors together. Oops. He is. All right, so OIH is like, like I told you guys, if you want to see what's in this guy, you can go and do something like this. Right, and these are some of your top weights in it. So you see the biggest guy is Schlumberger. And this is just an easy way to, you're looking at your integrated services guys, and these dudes are not necessarily tied directly to just high oil prices, but they benefit from other parts of infrastructure and energy. So like Schlumberger, these dudes are fucking insanely strong, and these guys come from big rotations like we talked about. So until the energy problem dissipates, which I don't think it will, because it's part of Putin's actual strategy against us, is to weaponize food and energy and try to fucking burn our credit system up and make those real world things that we have to have, spiral out of control against our fiat currency. He's trying to impose a sanction on us, and the only way he can do that is by driving up the cost of those very things that he has leverage on, and energy is one of them. So as long as that keeps being a thing, I think your energy situation isn't near done. Not in any place either. We talked about it with regard to nuclear energy. All these guys look like they're an insane fucking macro bull flag for some crazy fucking resolution of time. This is the correct one for him. Right? So everything energy looks fucking bonkers. This is tan, right? Solar. It's not just limited to fucking oil. Everything looks like this. So yeah, OIH. He's a big macro guy. I'll probably throw him into OnlyFans for you with some guys that are ideas around him. All right. Myrna supposedly has a cancer vaccine coming for something. I forgot what it was for. So cool. We had a lot done on this chart. This is pretty good. All right. When did we last do this guy? I can only imagine when we made this chart. So we had here flag up, flag down, and we created this range that this thing made, and he's been sitting here for God knows how long, and we're waiting for an exit. So looks like somebody brought this up at a good time. This little box is kind of hiding something. Can take him off. This is just to show you ranges. He does these ranges and these ranges, and so he's coming in sat in one of these volume ranges, right? You see it? It's just one of these key volume ranges he's got. He's got one here, he's got one here, and he's basically held ground here and range bound and come back up. If we can rotate back up above this same trigger, I would think you're looking for fractal situation like this. What happened here, you're looking for a version of it here. And you get a structure that gives you something like that up here, and he turns up again. That's guy's worth paying attention to in this setup. So, yeah, as long as, I already put this out here, but you get what I'm doing. So if he does it again, if he comes up here and does a structure like this, you watch for something like this over here. I'm going to take this off, though. We don't need that. It doesn't have to be this small. It could be bigger. It could be this size, right? So if he gets some announcement that says he's got, vaccine anything cancer, he's probably going to go fucking nuclear. So, yeah, let's watch if he stays outside this range. NTR. So one of our food guys, still pulling back here. We'd had a projected bull flag. He's now turned into a much uglier structure that could possibly be, crash worthy. He was in a basket of guys like Deere, who's been a lot stronger in industrials. There's a couple guys in here. Let me see, do I have this guy at SQM? These guys were all tied to food and agriculture and stuff, and I thought these guys were worth watching. I still think they are, and they're just taking time. This is a much larger resolution type deal that these guys are going through, and TR is kind of the same place. So, watching him, I would say you pay attention to he's wicked that level. So going through that again would be a big negative. And having made that low, that's what you're watching. That's the trajectory of what he's got to rotate before you care again about what he does. Whether he does it from fucking here or he does it from down here, you will monitor this trajectory. Otherwise, he's a downtrend, you know, going south. FSLR is a solar guy tied to what we talked about with tan, and this is the old chart. FSLR. Okay, so this is the one that's more marked up. So we talked about tan FSLR a while ago when he was in this range. We had established this trigger back in like probably in like 19 or so. We put this out here when we did this guy. He's one of the probably early on the shows. We talked about him. This setup outside of it, having a trigger here, and up at this point. He's a pretty good markup from this bounce that shot up right here. I think you need to see tan carry with this. And tan pulls back right now because he kind of doesn't look the greatest to rotate just at this second. If that stalls any bit, it probably pulls FSLR back into a better correction out of this stick. I think now we were looking for this, right? And you could probably say that this guy is at, not out of the ballpark for him to do a little bigger structure and then come up and then continue if he's going to continue this. This is really just a giant bull flag rotation, right? So if he's going to continue it, he's got room to run. Your next viable place to pay attention will probably be this last high right here. Turn that off. So that's still possible. All right, where are we at in time? Guys, getting all this. Shout out to Lucci. Appreciate you, censored user. I didn't do scorecards Monday. But I did catch up on all of them, right? I haven't jumped anybody's. The last scorecard was new, really? All right, my bad. I swear to God I read that one. You saying this one was? I thought I didn't do this. Aggravating 274. Okay. All right. Discord, Frog with a Hat. Subcast Eco's second war story. The show arts are fire. I bet this one also sick. Came to the Eco. Well, I hope this one's sick. If this was for last show, I think last one might have been crazier, but came to the Eco thinking I know very much about crypto and technical analysis. Realized I had no idea what I was doing and what kind of market I'm living in. A lot has changed since my first war story. Entry logic based on concept calls, risk management based on multiple shows, and Eco voice calls, cast saving our asses multiple times and giving us triggers to play accurately as always during Acolyte market prep. Since I have a day job, I've been going with higher resolutions, just like Cass said, for day job peeps. I know how to manage my trades and orders before and after executions and how to journal, take notes each step. I now can navigate TradingView faster and more efficiently, which saves a bunch of time and money, and not underestimate the tools I have in hand. I now learned that taking partial profits and using the correct risk system will always benefit you on the long run. And the trade below lasted 24 days, nailing 32 Rs using intel learned from the show, Kaz, and the Eco. The Eco changed the way I see, hear, and interpret. Thank you for keeping us on the right side. Quick question. Okay, it always takes me very long time to calculate the exact number of Rs I made in trades like that. What's the easiest way to calculate my total Rs, knowing that I'm partially selling different amounts of contracts at each point? Well, what? You did the part. That's it. That's what you need. I was just like, wait, are you asking me a question you already solved on your own chart? So you just have to add that up. You have to take the 30% of your 6 Rs, like, what amount of your position are you booking? So, just add that up. That's it. So if you made 10 Rs and you booked 50% of your trade, right, you get half of your Rs, right? You get 5. So you do this. You be 10% of 28.89 Rs. You got 2.889 Rs. And then you just do the same thing up the whole thing and add it, and that's it. You know, that's as fast as I know how to do it. I'm OG. So, but good shit. That's a pretty kick-ass fucking trade. Oh yeah, I did not see that. I swear to God, I read that thing already.
I think Uchi is asking you to do RBI, which is the Russian exchange volatility index.
Russia VIX broke angle last night. I see it. Okay, is it in my my list of stuff? I can probably fling it in there. I don't want to go over time while I fucking save time. So let me see. All right, let me go faster before I actually make this fucking run out of time. So GC1 exclamation point was the next one. So we're watching GC. So there's been a little bit of gold strength. So this is an old chart we had right here. We did kind of peel off this bear flag. Now we're rotating. We're gonna watch it. I do another one. GLD. Wait, that's GC. GC1. GLD. I think I did more up-to-date stuff, right? So this is the more up-to-date one that kept updating. So GC1, we talked about this guy watching this potential 2B. We always pay attention to this when you hit like major levels of major flags. This spot right here got 2B, and then you have this like rotation up around to the angle. We say pay attention to this angle. And so you are keeping watch to this. Like there's been some gold stocks that are showing some signs of life as the market like, you know, completely shits itself all over the place. So there's been a little relative strength in these guys, but not much, not any higher resolutions than this, you know, down here, worth paying attention to. GLD keeps getting stronger. You do want to pay attention to some of those guys that are in there, right? There's also guys in the silver space that like are definitely stronger, you know, that we're rotating along with it. So when we look at things like this, right, silver, you might not even think of it, right, but silver coin, right? That looks like a bull market. So this all distilled a negative to what's going on where Kathy is, and you know the risk assets most people have their eyes on. So okay, that was GC LMT. The defense guys are stupid strong as fuck. Wrong chart. LMT. Right, we talked about these dudes. This is your next trigger. Probably like a slightly more healthy bull flag than this, but if he structures out this strong and bars out, so be it. These dudes are on a fucking like one-way ticket right now with us going to war. They all look relatively strong like this, so you know, even though we put the before and after, the defense plays out there, it doesn't mean it's like over tomorrow. As long as Putin doesn't fucking surrender, this is fucking on and popping. Iridium, Space Cash guys, all going crazy. AGRD, I think, got acquired, right? So, like, you know, we saw Maxar got acquired. Definitely worth paying attention to. There's a lot of acquisitions going on in this space, and no one's even really looking, right? The market looks like it's struggling everywhere, but not in aerospace and defense. So that was Iridium. Wrong chart, Iridium. Did I not have? Okay, we did it from forever ago. This is the last time we did Iridium. All right, well, I'm not going to update this chart. I'll just do the one I like to do. And for this guy, you know, I think like a lot of these dudes you're watching, pretty clear line in the sand for these guys to go out on. The fuck? Am I retarded? Is that thing doing a down arrow when I'm picking the up arrow? I'm not retarded. What am I doing? Dude, what the fuck? Alright, well, I have no idea what the fuck's happening there. What the fuck is happening? Alright, I'll pick the down arrow. Dude. What the fuck is happening? That's so great. Fuck you people. I have no idea. Alright, well, fuck it. I will not be denied my green arrows. Jesus. Well, yeah. Jesus. That. You can think of him like a, you know, it's very gradual, but it's there. It's a bull flag, right? Rotation. So get out of that. You know, you want to pay attention, see if he structures out above it and keep on going. A lot of things look like this, you know, in Space Cash, UFO, and Rocket. These are two ETFs that track Space Cash. Definitely both worth watching, you know, along with fucking guys like XAR, which is defense. These dudes are all tied to ETFs that are part of the, you know, Space Cash sector. All right. Next Nike, did we just do Nike like 2 seconds ago? So Nike, got to the bubble, corrected right where you should too, perfect. So you're looking to see if you get a bull flag, something like this, the next rotation out of that. If he holds this kind of fractal structure, you know, I don't think I have to explain what's possible. So we'll keep eyes on this. Right now, Nike is up something hella stupid right now on earnings. So I see pre-market there from down there. So Nike actually pulled all the way down to the fucking ground and it's going to gap right to the top of this wave. Ideally, I think you'd like to see this guy with such a big gap from here to here. I think you want to see him fill it and then come up and then take off out of this. Would probably be, you know, a healthier type of rotation out of here. Him to gap run it off earnings like just a stick would be pretty fucking scary to try and participate in. You probably need to chill the fuck out and give you a new structure if you're not in it from like underneath. That's a really terrible color. All right, so like I think something like that would look healthier. You even fade the whole gap, maybe fade to this blue level we've got in here. That would probably look a little bit better. MSOS. What is this? Pure US cannabis. It looks like dog shit. Everything weed looks like dog shit. As long as all my weed's coming from some motherfucker around the corner, fuck weed stocks. That's my analysis. All right, so that's garbage. BNB, USD. We're watching this guy, right? BNB, while you know CZ's in the crosshairs of the U.S. government. That's never a fucking positive for anybody. So we watched BNB, BTC. Finally, you know, we had this flag here. He arced up something hella crazy in his climax, and now ever since fucking FTX, you know, the U.S. government's on his ass. CZ is telling you that he can weather the storm. You know, for right now, I'd say we just monitor, you know, staying above this trigger and paying attention to this trajectory down he's got right now. See if he holds his trigger, right? It's still a correction, and as far as I'm concerned, until he takes out this volume area, right, he's still not done anything more than just a steep correction off of all-time highs. BNB, USD. This is where I guess I have a graph from BNB USD. Okay, now I didn't draw anything there. All right, so and then within the scope of that pullback is this situation coming back in here. We would make a corresponding flag for this guy right off of that. So if you get a rotation in BNB BTC along with this guy, you watch this situation to come back up above this level here, with hopefully some strength from his BTC pairing. And that would probably be, you know, a recoverable thing. So that would lend him to possibly doing like a low here and a slightly higher low here, right? I think you could look at him like that. Oops. Can't use that. So that's possible. If you can rotate this and hold the floor, he gets under this box range, that's going to be no bueno. All right, that's all your symbols. And somebody said the RVI, the Russian VIX. This is not the graph I have from, is it? Good call out on this guy, huh? Said he'd rotate an angle. I don't see that yet, but this is probably worth paying attention that you call that out. So a good pickup on that. He got all the way down. Hadn't even looked at this guy in a while. He got all the way down to pretty good level of congestion for where it should be for his low. So this is interesting to see if he rotates the angle from how steep this was, and if we get another volatility spike, whatever's going to cause that for Russia having fucking deflated this much, you know, while at war, is probably, you know, a news event we're all going to fucking care about when it shows up. So this is definitely interesting, and it gives us the timing right now with the trajectory of that angle. Let's be precise about it. Probably looking for some kind of a catalyst at least by fucking February next year. So interesting to see what happens here and how it resolves the situation. But we definitely want to pay attention if we get something like this. And what the news catalyst is going to have to be for Russia to have a VIX spike, given what the fuck's been happening, is probably pretty scary. All right, I managed to get to 9:20 and burn up the clock any fucking ways, because that's how we do. Winter's not over. What? I don't know what that means. You talking about the actual winter? Oh, VZ says, speaking of VIX futures roll today as well, if anyone is using those instruments. So good heads up for anybody too. who's trading UVIXI or trading VIX futures. So it is a holiday light volume week. Market's in a pretty precarious place, but like we said, on that low angle on the Qs, you know, you could get a slight bounce while we hold it. But the market seems pretty sensitive to any next news that happens. You have consumer confidence today at 10 o'clock, which can be, and probably likely will be, a market moving event. So keep that on your radar if you're trading the session. For all you guys and acolytes and everyone on the show, appreciate you joining us, every single one of them. Catch you on the flip. This has been the Joker's Wild. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.